My name is Clara. I am 35 years old and I am the proud mother of 2 sons and 1 daughter. Their names are Daniel, Noah, and Lily. They are my reason to wake up every morning. They are my joy, my light, and my strength. I would do anything for them. Life has not been gentle with me. My father passed away when I was still a teenager. My husband abandoned us when our youngest child was just learning to walk. He left without a word. He never called again. He never sent a single coin to help. He disappeared, as if we never existed. Since that day, I have been standing alone, carrying the weight of being both mother and father. I have no relatives close by. I have no one to watch over my children when I work. I do not have a big house. I live in a small, rented flat on the edge of town. Every month, I struggle to pay the landlord. Every week, I calculate coins to stretch for food and clothes. I do not have a diploma. I do not have a stable career. My only option is to clean. I work as a housekeeper, moving from door to door, asking if anyone needs cleaning done. I carry my old mop, my worn-out broom, and my bucket. I scrub floors until my hands ache. I wash windows until my back hurts. I clean kitchens, bathrooms, offices, stairways. Some people treat me kindly. Others ignore me. A few even cheat me, refusing to pay. Still, I cannot stop. I clean because my children need food. I clean because rent waits for no one. I work when I am tired. I work when my body feels weak. I work when my heart feels broken. At night, when my children are asleep, I sometimes stand by their beds. I look at their faces, so peaceful and innocent. I hold their hands. I kiss their cheeks. I whisper, I will never give up. I want them to live a better life than mine, but the road is hard. One rainy evening, I was walking home with my children after finishing a long cleaning shift. The streets were empty. The lamps flickered weakly. The rain poured down in heavy drops, soaking through our clothes. Daniel held my hand tightly. Noah carried Lily's little backpack. Lily, only 6 years old, shivered and whispered, "Mama, I'm so cold." "I know, sweetheart," I said softly. "We'll be home soon. Be strong for just a little longer." The wind howled. The sidewalk was slippery. I tried to keep them close, wrapping my thin coat around Lily's shoulders. My heart was racing. My body was exhausted. Then, suddenly, bright headlights, a loud screech, and a terrible crash. Everything went black. When I opened my eyes, I was lying in a white room. I smelled medicine. I heard machines beeping. My head ached. My arms felt heavy. I realized I was in the hospital. My first thought was not about myself. It was about my children. "Daniel, Noah, Lily," I whispered, my throat dry and painful. A nurse leaned over me. She had kind eyes. She touched my hand. "Don't worry. They are safe. They're waiting to see you." Tears rolled down my face. Moments later, the door opened. My 3 children ran inside, crying, "Mama!" They hugged me, kissed me, clung to me. I held them as tightly as I could. Then the doctor entered. His expression was serious. "You have a broken leg. You will need surgery and months of rest." My heart sank. Rest? How could I rest? Who would pay rent? Who would buy food? I needed to work. But my body was broken. And then the worst news came. In the accident, my cleaning supplies were destroyed. Worse still, during the fall, I had accidentally damaged the front of an expensive shop. The owner demanded thousands of dollars, money I could never dream of having. I covered my face and sobbed. How will I survive? How will I protect my children? My kids held my hands, their little faces wet with tears. The next day, something unexpected happened. My story spread across the internet. Strangers read about me. People saw pictures of my children. They saw my pain. They felt my struggle. And slowly, kind messages and donations began to appear. One evening, I received a phone call. A deep voice spoke. "I heard your story. I want to help you. I was afraid." "Who are you?" "You will know soon," he replied. 2 days later, a group of visitors arrived at the hospital. They brought flowers, food, and warm clothes for my children. Then a young man stepped forward. He had gentle eyes and a warm smile. He sat beside me. "You don't know me," he said, "but I know your story." I asked softly, "Why would you help a stranger like me?" "Because I can," he answered simply. Tears filled my eyes. He touched my hand and said, "You don't need to say anything." A few days later, the impossible happened. His team paid for my hospital bills. I no longer had to worry about debt. But that was not all. One morning, they took me and my children to a quiet neighborhood. They stopped in front of a small, beautiful house. The man turned to me. Warm, hopeful. "This is for you, your new home." I was speechless. I fell to my knees and cried. My children hugged me tightly, their eyes wide with joy. "Mama, is this really ours?" Lily asked. "Yes," the man said with a smile. "It's yours." No more rent, no more fear. That night, in our new home, I sat on the floor with my children. For the first time, we felt safe. I whispered to them, "We finally have a place to belong." But the young man did not stop there. One day he asked me, curious, "What is your biggest dream?" I hesitated. Then I wiped my tears and said, "I want to open a small bakery." He smiled. "Then let's make it happen." Months later, with his support, I opened my bakery. The smell of fresh bread filled the air. Customers came smiling and happy. My children stood proudly by my side. I was no longer just a cleaner struggling to survive. I was a businesswoman, a mother with hope, a woman with dignity. I will never forget the young man who changed my life. He showed me that kindness still exists. He proved that miracles can happen. I started with nothing. Now I have everything: a home, a bakery, and most of all, a happy family. Thank you, my wonderful listener, for spending this time with me. Your presence gives me strength. I hope this story touched your soul. Remember, even in the darkest moments, light can appear. Keep believing in kindness, hold on to hope, and never stop dreaming of a brighter future.